Assalamualaikum and hi, we are from CEEC 2223C1. So we chose Masai River at Johor Bahru for our case study. And this is our group member which consists of 5, which are Afif Najmi bin Narul Izam, Irene Akilah binti Muhammad Nisa, Nur Nazatul Ain binti Zinazli, Nurul Syafiqah binti Hairul Anwar, and Wan Nadra Ananda binti Wan Hasbullah Saidi. So water pollution is the contamination of water bodies such as river, oceans and groundwater by harmful substances. We chose Masai River that are located in Pasir Gudang area at Johor Bahru. It has experienced persistent water pollution for over a decade. This is marked by regular discoloration, foul odors and alarming surface contaminants. There are 2 sources for water pollution at this river, which is sewage treatment failings and also industrial and domestic dumping. So we move on to the next slide, which is the problem statement. In 2023, the study has classified that the water quality for Masai River is slightly polluted, which is in class 3 with 55 to 74 for WQI. This means that this river is indicating suitability only for non-potable uses like irrigation and fisheries, and a further treatment needed for any human consumption.
From this graph, we can see the water quality index of Sungai Masai from 2015 to 2023. WQI indicates how clean the water is. The higher the WQI, the better the water quality. In 2015, the WQI was around 57. However, it dropped to 48 in 2016 to 2017, showing that the river was very polluted. There was a slow recovery in 2018 to 2019, and a significant improvement happened in 2020, where WQI jumped to 63. After some fluctuation, the river's WQI reached 73 in 2023, which means the water quality is now in a better condition, possibly due to pollution control measures. Despite the improvement in WQI, Sungai Masai is still faced serious pollution event in recent years. In 2018, the river becomes smelly and murky due to sewage pollution from a faulty treatment plant. In 2019, industrial activities caused heavy metal contamination, nutrient overload in the water. In 2021, there were black water incidents in August and foam pollution in November. Both of these pollution linked to leaks from treatment plants. And in 2023, multiple pollution cases occurred. Black water in September and chemical contamination in October, and even forced boat relocation of fishermen for safety reasons. This event shows, although the water quality index has improved, pollution is still happening and must be addressed.
Now, I will explain who is involved in this water pollution case. First, we have the local authorities. They are responsible for leading and monitoring the activities. They also collect feedback from the people living near polluted area. Next is Department of Environment Malaysia or Jabatan Alam Sekitar Malaysia. They are in charge of collecting sample, giving notice and doing investigation. Lastly, we have Kimia Malaysia. They do chemical tests to check the water quality. All of them work together to solve the problem and keep our environment safe.
Next, environmental impacts in Masai River. First is loss of aquatic biodiversity. Industrial waste from nearby factories releases chemicals like ammonia and heavy metals into the river. This will reduce dissolved oxygen and causes fish death, reducing biodiversity. Second, degradation of water quality. The river has become turbid, dark and smelly due to the suspended soil, oil and organic waste from illegal discharge, making it unsuitable for aquatic life. Lastly, soil and groundwater contamination. Leachate from dumping sites and chemical spills seep into the soil and groundwater, polluting underground sources and reducing soil fertility.
Now, I will talk about how water pollution in the Masai River give a bad effect to the economy. Decline in fishing aquaculture. First, dirty water with oxygen and poison can cause fish to die. This is a big problem to people who catch the fish or do a fish farming. They lose money because they cannot sell fish like before. Negative impact on tourism. Second, the river look dirty and smell bad. There is also a rubbish floating on the river. Because of this, tourists don't want to visit the area. This is bad for local business and people who work in tourism. Increase public spending. Lastly, the government need to spend more money to clean the river and check the water quality. This costs a lot and affect the money used the other important things like road or school. So, water pollution not only hurt the environment but also give bad effect to the people job, business and government. Now, I will explain how the water polluted in the Masai River can affect the human health. First is waterborne disease. Dirty water in the river can carry germs. This can cause disease like cholera, diarrhea or other stomach problem. People who drink or touch the water are at risk. Mental stress and discomfort. Second, the bad smell and dirty view of the river can make people feel stressed or uncomfortable. They may feel worried about their health and feel unhappy living near the river. Exposure to harmful chemical. Third, the river has dangerous chemicals like ammonia and heavy metal. This can cause skin problem, vaccine problem or even serious health issue over the time. In short, pollution in the river does not only harm the environment, but it also makes people sick and affect their daily life.
The potential integrated mitigation measure for the Masai River based on three main aspects, which is physical, chemical and biological. And for each aspect, we propose both short-term and long-term strategies to ensure a balanced and sustainable recovery. Firstly, for the physical aspect, for the short term, we propose a public awareness and educational campaign, which includes installing warning signboard along riverbank to discourage illegal dumping, and maybe we can conduct a community workshop to teach proper household waste disposal. For the long term, we recommend riparian buffer zone reforestation, which involve planting native trees such as merbau, gelam and zentang, which are well suited for Malaysian riverbank. And these trees have strong root system that help prevent soil erosion, filter runoff and support local biodiversity. Secondly, for chemical aspect, as a short-term action, we suggest emergency containment for chemical spill, especially near industrial zone. This can be done by placing spill kits or containment booms and ensuring workers are trained to respond immediately during discharge event. And for the long term, we propose using sustainable coagulation flocculation instead of traditional alum. We suggest biodegradable coagulant like moringa seed extract because it is a natural agent that helps to clump and settle suspended particles in the water and making it safer for aquatic life and easier to treat. Lastly, for biological aspect, for the short term, we use pH neutralization by adding substances like lime or sodium carbonate to stabilize the water acidity, especially after chemical spill or acid rain. And for the long term, we recommend bioaugmentation and biostimulation. This involves introducing beneficial microbes into the river and encouraging their growth using nutrient or oxygen. And these microbes naturally will break down pollutant like sewage, farm runoff, or industrial waste over the time.
This awareness poster about water pollution titled "Protect Our Water, Stop Before It Starts." Water pollution happens when harmful substances like industrial waste, household garbage, oil spills, agricultural waste, and solid litter into our rivers and oceans. The poster highlights that over 60% of our rivers are already moderately to heavily polluted, mostly from domestic sewage and careless waste disposal. This pollution harms aquatic life, affects our health, damages the tourism industry, and reduces clean water availability. The poster also shows the do's and don'ts. Simple things we can all do like recycling, proper waste disposal, and reporting illegal dumping to make a positive impact. In conclusion, this poster is a reminder that saving water resources is everyone's responsibility. Let's take action now to protect our environment for future generations. Thank you.
This system is called the Smart Floating Barrier. It is directly in the river and uses a net to catch floating rubbish like plastic, bottle, leaves, and debris before it spreads further. The barrier also has an integrated microplastic filter which captures tiny plastic particles that are smaller than 5 mm. All these are very harmful to aquatic life. This system will be powered by solar panels. It runs an air pump to oxygenate the water and use IoT sensor to monitor the turbidity, water flow and pollution levels in real time. Once the waste is collected, it is moved via a conveyor belt to the eco-processing station. There, waste is separated into recyclable plastic and organic material using a plastic compactor and bioseparator. This system has connection with SDG 11, which is sustainable cities and communities that promote urban health, ecotourism, and reduce treatment costs, and also SDG 12, which is responsible consumption and production that reduce plastic life cycle impact. Overall, this solution is smart, sustainable, and efficient in reducing water pollution while protecting the ecosystem. So that is all from us. Thank you.